Good.
Mike's on there.
All right, let's get into this. Yes, it's our show right here, WPRK, Winter Park, Florida, 91.5 FM, all over the internet at itsourshow.net. Yeah, let's go through the joints we just played because our special guest has virtually entered the building. Instrumental in the background, it's a group from Sweden named Dungeon. We played them on the show before. This one, their brand new album, Alice Sak. I'm hoping that doesn't mean anything dirty in Swedish, but this one is the track's called Flickor och Pojkar. Yes, I'm thinking maybe I don't know. That sound right to you, Beat? I don't know. It could be. I
don't know.
All right. Before that, the thing that never thought would actually happen. Run the Jewels with their brand new album Meow the Jewels. That was Meowly, the Boots remix. Shout out to Boots. We've been playing that stuff on the show a minute. That was crazy. Before that, Big Grams, which is Fanagram and Big Boy. It was featuring Run the Jewels. That track is called Born to Shine. Before that, we had Nolan the Ninja out of the Detroit with Clockers. The homie Chris was asking about that. Shout out to NJ to AK. Before that, we had the produced track by Jack Wonders out of South Africa, featuring Sky Zoo, rapper Big Pooh, Awkward, and DJ Fonz. What was it? DJ Fonz solo. Cruel Intentions. That was the tribute track to the homie Proverb. And so RIP to the homie Proverb once again. And then when we started off with some Proverb and DJ Grasshopper with the Social Network. All right, so that brings us to where we're at now. And Beat. Now, you know they say, if knowledge is the key, then show me the lock.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're better than that on our show. We don't need to show you the lock because we got the lock right here on our show. What up, fam? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
Chilling. Thanks for coming on to the show.
I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate you having me. I'm enjoying the energy.
Oh, yeah, we do all right. And I appreciate. Oh, by the way, hold on. I'm not just talking to myself. That's the homie Beat Unique.
Peace.
Peace. What's going on, man?
Doing good.
And
so are those a bunch of CDs in the back?
Oh yeah, it's an actual radio station. Like they don't mess around.
That was just that's a lot of music y'all got right there. It is
a lot of, and there's more along this wall here. There was vinyl all over the place, like boxes. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It's all type of music, you know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about, because, I've been playing your music for a minute on the show already, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
And then Miss Madeline hit me up. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm down, you know what I'm saying? Right. So because we try to provide a balance here on the radio show, you know what I mean? And I like what you're doing as far as the topics that you decide to rhyme about, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But let's go back all the way to the beginning. You're from New Jersey, right? Originally, or
I'm from New Brunswick, New Jersey. I grew up in New Brunswick and Willingboro, New Jersey.
Okay, so now, I'm not familiar with those areas. Like, kind of like, what would that? Because you've traveled around. Would you you've been on tour and things. Like, what kind of other city would maybe I might know it be like?
Well, I would say New Brunswick is when I was coming up there, it was a hood, 90% black. It was, Latinos were moving in. I lived in the projects. And then after that, I lived in an apartment building, so it was, it was your like typical ghetto. It might not have been bad as Compton, what I mean? But it was still, a lot happening. Willingboro was more of a middle class environment, but at the same time, it was a lot of people from Philly, a lot of people from North Jersey. There was a lot of families gravitating to there. So all of the kids were bad, but the parents, were trying and they were making strides, but it was crazy in Willingboro. I didn't even really expect that. But, that was the environment, New Brunswick was really just a hood. We were just out there on the corners doing our thing. Willingboro was more of a middle-class environment from families trying to escape that, but the kids still had all types of stuff in them, and they were wilding.
All right, all right. So now, so because that kind of sets the type of thing I want to talk about a little bit later. But what's your earliest hip hop memory?
My earliest hip hop memory.
Yeah,
Wow,
because especially if you're
geez.
coming up like in the project, and so many. Because the thing is, like the projects are like just like that. Like Apostle News said, it's almost like a science project where you just
Right,
put all these people together in such a small quarters. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I know people from all over had to bring all type of things. So was it in the projects you started hearing about hip hop or?
No, well, we moved from the projects, my mom and we was living with my grandparents.
Mm,
So my mom got her own apartment into another apartment building that wasn't considered the projects. It was just an apartment building. And that was, where I began to see my first experience with hip hop was people breakdancing and people pop locking. And at this time, they was putting the cardboard down and just getting busy, So then from then, you talk got I'm 5, 6 years old. So I'm watching that. And then on the radio at that time, it was DJ Red Alert. It was Mr. Magic, Marley Marr, and they was playing, Cool G Rap, Public Enemy, but they was also playing Africa Bambaataa. Those were my earliest memories of hip hop. But as far as when things was really official and when I kind of fell in love, it was really listening to Big Daddy Kane and Rakim right around the time Follow the Leader and Long Live the Kane and EPMD dropped Strictly Business. Right around that time is when I was like, yo, hip hop is amazing. You know what I mean? And it was, Public Enemy put out Takes the Nations of Millions to Hold Us Back. It was like that 87, 86, 87, 89 kind of era when I personally was like, hip hop is what's up. But prior to that, before it was the music, I was able to just see people pop locking and breakdancing, and I began to emulate that. And people was doing the worm and all that types of crazy stuff. That was my first introduction into the hip hop culture.
So you break? I mean, was that your
did.
first element? All right.
I did. You know what I mean? At that time, I don't do it now. You know what I mean? I break my hip trying to do something. But I had my cardboard out there. I used to spin on my head. I used to do the worm. I was all right. You know what I mean? But it didn't last too long.
So is that the word name lock came from like pop lock? I mean, is that?
No. Nah. Lot was actually, it means life and knowledge. But the history behind that was my mom was going to name me Laquel. But she just ended up, naming me after my father, and I became a junior. But my original name was going to be that, so I just kind of carried it on.
Oh, that's
it
dope.
Made it mean something.
Oh, okay, that's dope. Now, tell me, what was it about Big Daddy Kane and all these cats that were you're like that kind of like puts you on to be like, oh, this is for real?
Well, it was number one, it was battling. You know what I mean? So we're in the lunchrooms and we're battling and we're spitting our rhymes. But then when you listen to Ain't No Half Stepping, or when you listen to Follow the Leader, and when you listen to My Melody, and when you listen to the lyrics that they were putting together, it was amazing at that time, especially coming from being in the third grade in the lunchroom, banging on the table, making nursery rhymes. Well, not really nursery rhymes, but it wasn't on the level of Rakim. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So when I heard Follow the Leader,
all you know is like nursery rhymes. I mean, you don't have the life experience of, Big Daddy Kane to be able to drop all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah,
right.
Literally elementary rhymes because you're in elementary school. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Elementary rhymes and elementary school. But then once you hear something that's just greater and it sounded cooler, and then the videos was coming out and you got to see, these rappers and they look cool, and the lyrics was crazy. So that, that was kind of, that was it for me. It was the lyrics. It was listening to Rakim put Follow the Leader together. It was listening to Big Daddy Kane put Ain't No Half Stepping or Raw, and Long Live the Kane. And it was listening to that whole It Takes the Nations of Millions to Hold Us Back album. It was listening to Ice-T and his first album called Power. I was listening to Chubb Rock. It was, that was Jungle Brothers and Tribe Called Quest. Those were the people that just made hip hop sound so cool. Queen Latifah and MC Lyte. I bought all MC Lyte's material. You know what I mean? So it was just, they put a sound together that was very attractive.
All right. So I want to, speaking of attractive sounds, I want to get into a track. You know what I'm saying? To kind of get the people familiar with, you know, more about who we're talking with here. And let's get into let me see, which one was the very first joints I played? Let me see here. I think, which one was it? Let's get into Harriet Tubman, the conductor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you kind of because what you make is smart hip hop, as you know what I'm saying, as you coined it. So your website is smart-hiphop.com.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna play the track so that the folks on the airwaves and listening online can check that out. And then I'm recording this video, this Google Hangout, so people will be able to check out as we converse while the music is playing. It's like 2 shows in one, so they can check out the video later for more information. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to multitask. All right, because behind the scenes, I want to talk about your come up, you know what I'm saying, in New Jersey, from writing, you know, and battling in lunchroom in elementary school with elementary rhymes to, you know, coming up. All right, so yeah, this is Harriet Tubman, the conductor, by our special guest Locke. And what was it? Lyrics and Knowledge? What was it?
Yes, it's Life and Knowledge.
Life and Knowledge. Nice, nice. I did not know that. That's awesome. All right, cool. Learn something new every day. All right, so it's our show. This is our special guest Locke. This is Harriet Tubman, the conductor, and as you can tell, it's a song about Harriet Tubman. All right, it's our show. Give us a call, 407-646-2915. Hit us in the chat room at itsourshow.net. Shout out to everybody in the chat room real quick. B.
Big shout outs NJ to AK Chris, Examples of Lifetime, Lovers of Truth.
Nice, nice. All right, let's get into it. Thank you all for tuning in. It's our show, and we'll be right back. Y'all be easy. Peace. Oh, my fault. We do this thing on the show where you give me one random fact about the track. It could be about the rhymes when you wrote it, the recording, something random.
Okay.
So what was it?
Random. I pictured myself as Harriet Tubman, and because I really wanted to, you know, if she could rap, you know, how would she lay it down? And that's I tried to get into her and to get into that mind frame. So one of the things I did, you know, as I was reading up on her, you know what I mean, is I just tried to picture myself being in the Underground Railroad and carrying, you know, 12 to 15 people in cold in the middle of the night in the winter, and you know, just to try to get that energy to see, you know, how would she lay this down, because it's a passionate story.
Nice.
But that's just, I've never mentioned that to anybody before, so no one's ever asked me.
Well, you know, we do things here differently on our show. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. This is our special guest, Locke, Harriet Tubman, the conductor. All right, it's our show. We'll be right back. Y'all be easy. Peace. All right. Cool. So now, so going from lunchroom tables to actually, when did you decide, like, all right, I'm going to take this seriously?
Well, okay. So the progression was 3rd grade in the lunchroom, beatboxing and freestyling. To the 4th grade, being in my first rap group. To the 7th grade, recording my first material. To the 9th grade, going to the studio.
What was the rap group name? I gotta know this.
Oh man, I don't even remember, man. You know, I was 4th grade. It was my man, Tyshawn Bradley. We ended up fighting, so the you know, the group was over. So we fought right in the classroom. It was crazy. We was wilding.
Was there like toys or something? Because I mean, this is 7th grade. I mean, I don't know what you guys are fighting over.
This was the 4th grade.
4th grade. Oh damn, even more. Like did he knock over your blocks or something? Did he knock over your blocks or something? Like what?
Nah. 4th grade was crazy. That was one of my wildest years. I actually had to spend my last semester in the principal's office. I wasn't even allowed in classrooms.
Damn, wait, what? How?
We was fighting every day, man. I'm from New Brunswick, and I was living in Franklin at the time with my grandparents, and you know, Franklin dudes ain't like New Brunswick dudes too much. So it just, you know, every day was something crazy, man. Until the last semester, I couldn't even go to class.
Yeah.
But that was my first rap group. You know what I'm saying? My man Tyshawn Bradley, I'll never forget him. I called myself King Bass. I know that. Because I was the beatboxer of the group. So I was the King Bass.
Nice.
But you know, from then, You know what I mean? It was just I went to a lot of schools, so I
Mm.
changed schools maybe 9, 10 times.
Damn, wait, so
And
all in the same school district or?
nah, I bounced around a lot. So I went to private school. When I was in third grade, I was in St. Peter's. When I was in the fourth grade, I was in Hillcrest. Sixth grade, I was in St. Mary's. And then I moved and went to Willingboro. So then I was in Kennedy in seventh grade, but then I went to Life Center Academy in the eighth grade. And then I went to Memorial in the ninth grade. Willingboro High School for 10th and 11th grade. And then I graduated in 12th grade from South Brunswick High School. So it was just a lot of moving around.
Yeah, because I kind of had like this, because I'm from North Miami originally, and bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty bad out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I got family down in there.
And so like North Miami and Carroll City and all that. So I actually went to like not private, but like Catholic school to kind of escape that. So I understand. You know what I'm saying? I did kind of jump around from school to school, so I feel you on that. So now, how do you think that affected you? Because like it was like 1 year you're at this place trying to get used to it, and then you're at another place. I mean,
well, the one thing that kept me, I played sports. I was good at football. So in every scenario, I knew people that was on the team. So no matter where I lived, no matter where I moved, I was always playing football. So I was always able to have some people that I knew in that type of environment. So I was never, I never felt like the total new kid, because I knew all of the football players. I had heavy respect, you know what I mean? So I never was just alone coming into a different situation, because, football starts in August. So by the time September, I've been with these dudes for a whole month, every day. And, that made it a real comfortable situation. And I started playing in the third grade. So from then on, all the way up until, I went to college, you know what I mean? I would have played football in college, but got into another fight, and it didn't happen. But that always made me comfortable, just knowing my teammates. Actually, it saved me from a lot of situations.
All right. So now we were at ninth. Okay, seventh grade. You started to really start writing raps for real, right? You said.
Yes. No, seventh grade was when I started recording. It was my man Tyrone Belford. And we was recording our first rhymes in his bedroom. And actually, the crazy thing about it was, the first it's a guy by the name of Megahertz. He did the "I Got Yourself a Gun" joint for Nas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know Megahertz. All right.
So that was my man. You know what I mean? We all my first material, we actually might have recorded like a whole album together. So you know what I mean? And he's also the first person that took me into the studio in the ninth grade 2 years later. So I learned a lot from him. I know everybody knows him as a beat maker, but lyrically, he's incredible. He taught me a lot about rhyming.
So talk about it, because Megahertz, was he making some noise while you were like in the ninth grade? Like, was he?
Nah. We was kids in the seventh grade. Like, nobody, that wasn't even his name. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He wasn't Megahertz to me, man. I don't want to give his real name out, because you know what I'm saying, but he was, matter of fact, he called himself Gold, the genius of lyrical dialect. He was a rapper. He wasn't even making beats.
Nice.
You know what I mean? My man Type, we was rhyming over main source tracks. We was rhyming over all of the instrumentals that came out. You know what I mean? It was just that he had a love for going to the studio, and then he progressed into the beat maker that he is today. But at that time, we was just rapping and recording in my man Type's bedroom. And then in the ninth grade, we went into the studio and I recorded my first song, and Megahertz produced them.
So tell me about from recording in the bedroom to an actual studio. Like, was it natural? You're like, I got this. Like was it something natural? Like, because that's different. You know what I'm saying? Going from rhyming in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying, with your boy right there, but actually into a professional studio.
It was, the only thing that was different was listening to myself in headphones and really, really hearing my voice. That was the weirdest thing to me, you know what I mean? Because in the bedroom, it was like the turntables was there and you just rapping into the microphone and we were just recording everything. When we got to the studio and I had to put on the headphones and I'm hearing myself clearly, I'm like, yo, this how I sound? So, it was, that was the main difference. But as far as rapping, I was already doing that, you know what I mean? So that was no problem. It was just really, you know, just hearing myself and doing ad libs and stuff like that, and then going back and doing different takes. But that came easy. You know what I'm saying? We was making records every day. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 records every day. So by the time we got to the 9th grade, we was ready to go.
All right. And now you weren't King Bass at that point, right?
No. All that stopped after the fight. You know what I mean? Nah. That died in the 4th grade. What was I calling myself? I was still calling myself Lock, but it hadn't really developed. I was like the Massive Lock. You know what I mean? And you know, matter of fact, the song that me and Megahertz first recorded was called The Massive Ones, which is, and lyrically we tore it down. But yeah, I was like the Massive Lock. And you know, I just dropped the Massive.
All right. So now, all right. So this is like the 9th grade. All right, cool. You continue to do it. Were you doing shows or around town?
Nah, we was taking it. We almost got a deal.
Oh, word?
In the 9th grade. You know, so we recorded this 4-song demo, and we took it up to Columbia Records, and they loved it. You know,
so
what I mean?
you took it up to, wow, you just like walked up there and like, hey, we got this record.
Nah, it was a crazy story, man. My man Tyke, his aunt was like a flight attendant or something, and she had met somebody from Columbia Records, and she fronted like she was a manager. You know what I mean? They actually got us a meeting. So we walked in. It was in Philly. It was I think it was Columbia and Rough House at the time.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And the main guy, I believe they kept calling him Joe the Butcher. I never met him. But that main dude, he was mixing something down. Because we went to like we walked into the office, they played our demo on like this little stereo. And then after they got to the second song, they was like, yo, this is dope. So then they took us from there and then took us to a different room altogether. It felt like we was in another building. And then there was the plaques, and then they played it in there. So then once they start playing the song in there, then everybody came into the room and they like, yo, who are these kids? You know what I mean? And at that particular time, whoever was the decision maker was in a session. And they said, yo, are you going to leave your demo? And we was like, nah, we got a show in Paris tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're going to be flying out. Because mind you, my man, she was a flight attendant, so she knew everything in Paris. So they like, where you performing? She was like, club so-and-so and all this. We had no idea what she was talking about. we left there with our demo, and we never went back. You know what I mean? Because we was, at the time, my man's aunt was saying, yo, they loved you. We'll probably be able to go to, you know, Warner Brothers or something like that and get a bigger deal. And, you know, we just made some mistakes, man. We was young. We was in the 9th grade. It didn't happen, and we sort of just kept it moving. But they loved us. I feel like if we would have pursued it a little bit more, something would have happened. But, you know, things happen.
All right.
That was the 9th grade.
Nice. Now, so any chance of that 4-track demo leaking somewhere?
Oh man, I can't find them songs now. You know what I mean? So I hope they do leak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea where that material is at. You know, so many things have happened, moved so many times. You give your man your tape and he loses it. My man had the masters and then somebody broke in his car and stole them. You know, it's a million. I must have recorded about 500 songs. You know what I mean? And I probably have only 200 of them. And I'm being real, you know, that's a real good estimate, because I don't even know how many songs I recorded. Well, you know, I can't find them things from 7th and 9th grade. I wish I could find them joints from Megahertz on. You know what I mean? And I don't know where they at.
All right. So now, so talk about your your writing process, because that's a lot of tracks. Like, are you a streak writer where you're like, all right, I'm gonna write now. This is, or are you more like, I can write anytime?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the process was, it went from battling and freestyling and just saying what was in your head. And why I really, really started writing rhymes is because I lost this battle. I mean, totally embarrassed. And I was saying to myself, yo, I'm never gonna let nobody, you know, embarrass me like that. So I wanted to write down my thoughts so I could remember them for the next time that I battled somebody. That was the process of what got me writing rhymes. And then from then, you know, I just never stopped writing. I just, you know, I wrote in my spare time, you know, and I would stay up late night and rhyme. And then, you know, you would hear Nas when Illmatic first came out and all that types of stuff, and then that would make you want to go write more rhymes. So, you know, writing rhymes, it was really just a passion. You know, something that I picked up at an early age, and it just became a passion. So, you know, the process of writing is real simple for me. And right now, even if I'm not writing about a particular subject, I could just kind of keep it in my head. I don't even really got to write stuff down. But, you know, when you're doing educational material, that's impossissible. But,
yes,
you know,
you got to put in the research. Yeah, like we just heard on that Harriet Tubman, the conductor joint. You know what I'm saying? How long did it take you between research and writing and completing the track? About how long did that take?
Every song is different, you know. So for the Harriet Tubman, the conductor, you know, I did heavy research that maybe about 2 months. You know, about 2-3 months.
Because a lot of times in like, well, especially coming up when we were coming up, it was like Harriet Tubman in the school books were maybe a paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really that much information out there, and we really didn't have the internet. So how did you go about finding more about her?
Well, number one, I have an ill library. You know, my personal library is pretty thick. So I do have books and materials already on her. And then number two, I do scour the internet, you know, and I look for articles and look for, you know, everything that I could possibly find. And my process is just taking a bunch of notes until I feel comfortable to the point where I'll fill 3 verses up. Even though the Harriet Tubman song is only 2 verses, I take notes to the point where I say, okay, I have enough material to write down, because one line might summarize one whole part of her life. You know what I mean? So you have to have enough material to make in that 3 to 5 minute time span that you got to put the song together. So for me, you know, I really just read up on it for about 2-3 months and really tried to, you know, the song only took like 2 days to write. You know, after I have all of the notes, you know, I could really just write it, you know, pretty easy. But it's really just being comfortable with the information that I have. So when I put it on a track, I'm not just, you know, taking up space.
Yeah, word. Anything in the anybody in the chat room want to talk?
Yeah, we have 2 questions. We have a listener that was that's from Patterson.
Okay.
He was wondering if you ever did any shows in Patterson, and if it was DJ Megahertz, if he ever DJ'd, if it's the same person you're talking about, if he ever DJ'd in the 90s on college radio.
No. As far as I know, Megahertz was not a DJ in the 90s on college radio. You know, Megahertz we was in Willingboro. Well, first let me answer, what was his first? In Patterson. I've been in school systems in Patterson, New Jersey. So I've been in maybe 2 or 3 schools where I performed at schools, but I haven't done a concert. But I did perform in a one high school, one like boys and girls club or something like that. It was about 2-3 years ago. So I've been in Patterson, New Jersey. But Megahertz, nah, he as far as I know, he wasn't DJing. He was making beats. And in 95, 96, that's when he, you know, his career started to go up. I think he was doing joints for like Busta Rhymes at the time, and you know, he was just doing a lot of work around that time, making a name for himself with the beats. But nah, he wasn't no DJ as far as I know.
All right. So now, okay, so let's talk about the album that you put out. What was it? Lesson 1?
Lesson 1. Lesson 1.
That was what? That was
2012.
12, yes, word. So, from the Megahertz demo, that like ninth grade. So that was what, 2005, 2006?
No, when I recorded with Megahertz and we did our demo, that was in 9th grade. Are you talking about 92?
Oh, okay, yeah, 92. All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So any other projects in between? Because the earliest one I saw was the Lesson 1. So I mean,
well, it's been, I'd say from the ninth grade on, you know what I mean? It was a series of, like, I used to record commercials and do different drops for different DJs on radio shows out in Philly.
Nice.
And then it kind of went to me interning for a lot of, you know, I interned for Bad Boy. I tried to get a deal with Palace Records. I worked with Flavor Unit. You know, I opened up for a variety of cats. You know, I've done all sorts of things that a million other rappers have done that never worked out. You know what I mean? And you know, it just so happens that Smart Music Entertainment kind of popped off, and I didn't even really intend for it to be like that. This was really for the kids. But I have like a million stories that didn't work out. You know, interning for this person, opening up for this person, meeting, you know, Redman and all types of people backstage, getting their number to the managers and calling them. I have a million stories. I carried crates. You know what I'm saying? I performed in the weirdest of clubs.
Nice.
So I have a million stories, man. It's a lot, you know what I mean? And meeting different type of people and guns being drawn and all types of stuff, man.
All right, so let's
out to dinner with me and my wife. I remember we went out to dinner with Tretch.
Nice.
You know, I've done a lot, man. And you know, the crazy thing is, if you're a rapper and you're in your 30s and you still have the passion for it, I know that they know that you went through some things because you was constantly trying to get a deal and apparently nothing ever worked out. You know what I'm saying? And most people just stop. But for me, I have that hip hop passion, and you know, I kept going. But as far as demos, my man, I think the last mixtape I put out before Lesson 1 was my man Deshaun Teller was on this Ultimate Hustler show, the Dame Dash joint. And I put out the Ultimate Hustler mixtape. And we did 2 of those. And those were like the last projects before I just switched gears and just totally started doing educational hip hop music.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I want to talk about that when we come back.
Okay.
But while we play a joint, I want to know about a weird club story. You know what I'm saying? I want to get one of those million things. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do that off there. You know
okay. Okay, cool.
Because right now I want to play track Kings and Queens.
Okay. This is off Lesson 1.
Yeah, give me a random fact about Kings and Queens.
Well, the line, we don't come from slaves, but from enslaved Africans. When I went to Rutgers, I got that directly from Professor Ivan Van Sertima himself. And he inspired 2 of the songs that's on Lesson 1, The Moors and Kings and Queens. But he used to say that all the time, like, you know, the word enslaved is different than saying slaves. And he really used to emphasize that point. So the first line of Kings and Queens is we don't come from slave, but from enslaved Africans. And he made it a point to stress that particular word. And it came directly out of his mouth.
Oh, that's dope. All right, cool. So let's get into the track. Kings and Queens by our special guest, Locke. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight out of New Jersey. You're in New Jersey now? Or
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
I'm at the crib, sitting in my den, chilling.
Nice. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in to our show. We'll be right back. Hit us up if you have any questions, 407-646-2915. Hit us up in the chat room at itsourshow.net. That is ITSOURSHOW.net. And let's get into it. Oh, instrumental in the background, Nujabes. Shiki no Uta. Awesome. All right, Kings and Queens by our special guest, Locke. All right, it's our show. Y'all be easy. Peace. So talk about one of these random 1,000,001 stories. Let's talk about some club stuff.
I mean, you know, I just performed, you know, me and my
New Jersey's wild. You know what I'm saying?
We was 14 and 15, you know, trying to get a deal and performing in clubs and, you know, just.
There's not a live video feed like normal.
I know it's not working now.
Okay.
My
bad, go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying, you know, since I was 14, 15 years old, we've been performing in clubs, you know, one way or the other. So sometimes it was just, we were the only kids in the place. And that was crazy as we was, you know, drinking and doing things that we 14 and 15-year-olds wasn't supposed to be doing. Or I performed in clubs and it was only like 6 people there. You know what I mean? Or I remember performing in the club and it was like 100 people. And then after one performer left, everybody left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
the
happens
whole crowd
today.
leaves.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, it's stuff like that you go through, man. And I can just remember those types of experiences at various places, whether I was in Philly or New York or New Jersey somewhere, you know, just all over stuff happened.
Now, how close is Philly? Because my geography is all messed up. Like, how close is Philly and New Jersey?
I could be in Philly in a half hour.
Damn. Okay.
And then when I grew up in Willingboro, you know, Philly is like 20 minutes away from Willingboro.
Mm.
So, you know, there's a bunch of Eagles fans, and you know, everybody and their cousin is from Philly out in Willingboro.
So I'm sure you're probably getting a bunch of fights there, huh?
Well, yeah, Willingboro, it was a crazy place. It was a crazy place. It was a lot of fighting. I didn't really expect that because I thought I was moving into this nice middle class neighborhood, but them kids was wild. Food fights in school. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Now, talk because you mentioned Flavor Unit. Like, you kind of gloss over that. That's kind of huge. Like, what were you doing at Flavor Unit? How'd you get into that?
I was dealing with, you know, so Shakim has a brother. His name is Paul. I met Paul, you know, just trying to, you know, we was looking for a deal, and we reached out to him. He reached back to us. I ended up going to his house, playing the music. You know, and we were working on a deal. You know what I mean? He took me to KG's house. You know, we were in the process of trying to get up to where I would meet Queen Latifah and meet Shakim, and they would hear my stuff and we would take it from there. What ended up happening was Paul put me in this crazy situation and I had to stop messing with him. You know what I mean?
I mean, it has a statute of limitations. Like,
nah. I mean, we cool. I can get into it. He basically, man, he was getting me tracks, right? So he would say, all right, listen, Locke, I want you to go meet this dude. You know what I mean? It's going to cost this much, and he's going to give you some tracks, and we're going to record. So I did that, and then he did it again. He was like, yo, I want you to meet this cat. And I'm like, okay. So next thing you know, I'm in Jersey City. You know what I'm saying? I'm surrounded by all these bloods. And next thing you know, they talking about I owe them a bunch of money, you know what I mean, for these beats that I have to buy from them. And I'm like, nah, you know, it's not going to work out. And it was just me, you know what I'm saying? I had my protection on me, but it was just me at the time. So, you know, that after I left that meeting, it was a studio session. And when I tell you it was wild, like it was people running, it was guns all over the place. You know what I mean? We're in there. It was a wild situation. Somebody ran up into the studio because he just finished beating this person up. And he's like, yo, I just finished knocking so-and-so out. Like, it was a crazy time. So after the guy played the tracks, he was like, yo, you got to buy 4 tracks from me. It's like $1,200 a track. And this is how much you owe me. And I'm like, you know what, fam? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got to talk to Paul about this. We didn't discuss none of this. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I think your music is hot and all that, but I'm out of here. So they was trying to get me to sign some contracts, and I'm like, nah, I'm not signing nothing. And, you know, like I said, you know, I think it would have been, I think if I didn't have my personal protection with me, it would have been a different situation. Yeah. So, you know, Paul, I called him. I'm like, Paul, man, I ain't messing with you, dog. I'm like, you don't know what type of situation you put me into. He's like, nah, yo, them dudes is cool. I'm like, yo, they was going to kill me, yo. What you talking about? They cool. So that, you know, that was it. You know, that was the end of my Flavor, and we was dealing with each other for a couple months, maybe like 6-7 months. So just, you know, my wife went to his house, you know what I'm saying? We chilled with him, and she was pregnant at the time. We was really making strides, but I'm like, you put my life in danger, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I know how to get out of a situation like that, but if I was a different guy, I don't know what would have happened. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just had to cut ties with the brother, and that was it. Moved on.
Yeah, so I mean, because that's smart of you to know, like, because some people be like, oh, okay, that's cool. All right, let him keep going. You know what I mean? And probably end up even in a worse situation.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, he put me in a situation where these blood members, and I'm not a gang member, you know what I mean? So I don't, you know, I respect gangs and I know them, and it's a lot of my family, but me personally, that's not for me. I'm like, you put me in a situation with these big, not no little dog bloods, you know what I'm saying? We was in Jersey City. And I'm like, they talking about I owe him, you know, thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, from something that you arranged. You can't speak for me, number one, and you can't put me in a position where some gangsters think I owe him some money. Exactly. Like, you don't know what you're doing.
by
So
yourself.
it was, it was that type situation.
All right. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so now, because all right, from these stories, you kind of live like a wild life. You know what I'm saying? This is because now I'm picturing like some Malcolm X of like hip hop type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where you were into putting in some crazy situations and came out better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't quite say I'm Malcolm X. I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't pimping or nothing. I mean,
right, no pimping or nothing like that.
You were in this like, because it could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? Because Malcolm, he went to jail. He could have came out worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I never went to jail. I mean, I got locked up a couple times, but I've never went to jail. I've never done no time. Put it like that.
Yeah. And then, oh yeah, we're back on there. All right, cool. So we're back. WPRK, Winter Park, Florida, 91.5 FM. With our special guest, Locke. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just telling some random crazy stories. Like, yeah. So, and I mean, for you to turn it all around and to do the stuff you're doing now, you know what I mean? Like, what was it? Was it like one defining point? Because you mentioned the brother from Rutgers. Did that, I mean, well, I don't want to put words in my mouth, but what was it? Was there like a defining thing where you're like, I need to turn this around and rap about other stuff, or?
Nah, you know what it is, man. It's like I said, nothing kind of panned out. So I got to the point where I just wanted to write music, and I got to a point where I wanted it to be positive. I wanted it to be something that everybody could listen to, but I didn't want it to be soft, and I also wanted to help. So when I first, Smart Music Entertainment came about because I recorded songs and then I had to formulate a company to push out the songs. I didn't form Smart Music Entertainment and then do the music. I did the music first to see if I liked it, to see if I was capable of doing something educational that I felt positive about. And once I recorded, Congresswomen and First 25 Presidents and Kings and Queens and things like that, I said, okay, now let me formulate the company because I like this material and I like the music and I know who should, I know that kids that are dropping out of school should hear this. I know that they need the extra motivation to take education a lot more seriously. So I'm saying, I can give this to them. It's not soft, what I mean? It's something that they'll listen to, and it's not going to change the world, but at least I'll give them something a lot more positive to digest. So that's how Smart Entertainment came about.
Because it's a balance, you know what I'm saying? Like, and coming up in the time when we were talking about earlier, there was that balance. You know what I mean? Like, you had an NWA, but you also had Public Enemy.
Definitely.
Because now it just seems like it's all one-sided and it doesn't really show the other side. So people don't even know that there is another side. So I think if you'd expose people, then they can make a decision on their own.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I think that everything still exists today, but I think the mainstream media only gives you a small window to look through when you're peeking into hip hop. Yeah. They only play one type of song. They only give you one type of picture. They only play one type of video. There's a particular message going on in the mainstream media as it pertains to hip hop. So you don't get to see the diversity. You don't get to see what everybody else is talking about. You don't get to hear the abundance of flows. You just hear that small peak that the mainstream media gives you, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of taints people's view and perspective of hip hop, the culture, and everything else that's involved in it. So, we working hard to try to change that. But, I also know that you got to go around the system. You can't just say, you have to do things in an unorthodox way, and you got to work hard because you know how it is. So you can't expect to get your music played when you already know how it is and then complain that it's not getting played. You gotta work harder.
Exactly. Because all right, it's funny because on Instagram, like, social networking is cool, but sometimes people just put random things out there, I think just for like likes or whatever. And I always see people put like hip hop is dead, and like this particular post is like, I miss 90s hip hop or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know, because to me now with technology, I think we're in a better position than in the 90s.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because to me personally, back then we were relying on these people that didn't really care about hip hop, and these We didn't even see them, you know what I'm saying? But they're like, all right, we're gonna put this out, this out, this out, this out. Now with technology, the artists are the ones who are like, yeah, I'm gonna put this out, this out, this out, and then it's up to us to be able to see what we like. You know what I mean? Like it now, I think it's more, we're not spoon-fed things now anymore. Like it's up to us to go and find what we want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And get exposed to new things.
I think the only thing that's not happening is, you know, technology is great, but it's also made people lazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you could be an artist and now all of a sudden you're like, yo, I recorded this hot song, I put it out. How come, you know, a million people ain't listening to it? And it's like, yo, you're forgetting the work that has to go behind you pushing the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people are so used to instant gratification. And, you know, you see the one-hit wonders all the time, not realizing that it's a million other people that tried to put that same song out. So, you know, I think it's good because it puts it on you, but it's bad because the instant gratification made people lazy. They feel like, yo, I should put it out. I'm hot. I'm a star already. Or you put a song out and then you wonder why nobody wants to, you know, pay you to come see you. You know what I mean? Like people are just not putting in the work that a record label used to do.
Yeah.
It used to be the record labels calling all of the radio stations and booking you for your shows and take care of your travel and doing all of the things that's necessary to promote music. Now, because you can put it out yourself, you forgot those parts. You know what I'm saying? You forgot those steps. You forgot about the traveling and the promotion and the calling people and the emails and all that types of stuff.
Like you said, because people got lazy and were like, oh, they're going to take care of me forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that what they're actually doing is like an experiment. They're just trying to see like, oh, what sells? You know,
right.
Because to me, that's what it was, because it's business. So you throw up a bunch of stuff against the wall and see what sticks. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they were doing in what we call the golden age, where it was all types of music. But then throughout the years, it just kind of whittled it down to what would make the most profit, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, one of the things I feel about the golden age is something else that happened is you heard the variety of music on the radio. You don't hear the variety now. You know what I mean? So I could turn on, I could hear MC Lyte, I could hear Jungle Brothers, I could hear Public Enemy, I could also hear Ice-T. You know what I mean? So it was different as opposed to now you hear one particular kind of sound. You don't hear conscious rap with gangster rap, with political rap, you know, with some LL Cool J love songs, you know what I'm saying? You don't hear the variety. You hear like trap music, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, not that I have anything against it, but you really just only hear one style. You know, the mainstream media, they have control over everything that they want to put out. Yeah. So it's like, we only gonna put this out. You know, this is what's selling. We only gonna put that out.
Exactly, because that's what's selling, and they're in the business of selling, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like Heinz could come out with all sorts of ketchup, but they just got the one. They're just gonna put that out there and just keep it going.
You know it's also that, but you know, I do also, I feel as though not that I'm a total conspiracy theorist, but there's also hidden agendas.
Oh, you know,
there's also subliminal messages that people are trying to supplant in your subconscious. Of course. You know, there's a variety of things I think that goes into what songs people decide to put out and what people decide to put money behind.
Yeah, you got to keep the prisons filled. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do? Build more schools? You can't make money from that.
Yeah, that's a sad reality. Matter of fact, I was reading in the news. There's like, you know, a couple states suing communities for not arresting enough people to put into the private prisons.
Wow.
That's real. Wow. That's real.
Damn.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's at a point where it's not even like a conspiracy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because we had Homeboy Salmon on the show a long time ago, and he's like, I can't even call it conspiracy. It's like calling the sky blue a conspiracy. Like, it's out there. Like, it's there in front of you.
It is, but it's still so many people asleep.
Yeah, because
once you start talking like that, you know, people are like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. That ain't real.
So, anything in the chat room there, B?
No, I think everybody's just listening right now.
Nice.
Yeah, they haven't got any more questions.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, I want to get into another joint. You know what I'm saying? I've been keeping you here long. It's been an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate you taking the time out and dropping knowledge with the kids. Because I
all
want
good,
to talk
bro.
about more. Like when we come back, I want to talk about more what you're doing now and what you got planned in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let's let me see. What we want to get into. All right, these are the tracks I have left. I have Run America, In the Name of MLK, Laugh at My Pain, I Am Because We Are. What do you want to get into?
Run America, definitely. You know.
Because that's the newest joint, right? Or
Yeah.
all right, so talk about that joint because that's featuring somebody. You know what I'm saying? That kind of came up in the same era as us, right?
Yeah, brother Talib Kweli. You know, I appreciate the brother jumping on the track. And you know, that's definitely the new single that we pushing and trying to get out there and trying to have people listen to.
All right, give me one random fact besides Talib Kweli being on the track about Run America.
One random fact that I had to change the hook in order for him to jump on it.
Wait, why? Did he not like it or something? Or
Yeah, he didn't like the original hook.
so wait, what was the original hook? Because these are like Jeopardy questions. You know what I'm saying? If I ever happen to be on Jeopardy and lock is a category and it's like, you know what I'm saying, the Daily Double, and I'm about to put a bunch of money on it, you know what I'm saying? So what was the original hook?
Well, it was a lot more singing. You know what I mean? So we had to take some of the singing parts out and we added DJ J Ski on to do the scratches where some of the singing used to be. So when you're hearing all of those cuts, it used to be singing there and no cuts. So
Right.
you know, and Ty he didn't like that. So
Nice.
we had to change that up and come up with something that everybody agreed was hot so that we could move forward.
All right, dope. All right, cool. So let's get into this. Run America by our special guest, Locke. You know what I'm saying? Featuring Talib Kweli. And we'll get into it. It's our show. Feel free to hit us up, 407-646-2915 for any questions because we're about to.
And how's he spell that one more time for everybody?
L-A-K.
L-A-K.
Yes.
Life and knowledge. Right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, my short-term memory is not that bad. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, cool. Run America, Locke, featuring Talib Kweli. And we'll be right back. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's our show, WPRK, Winter Park, Florida, 91.5 FM, all over the internet at itsourshow.net. All right, be right back. Y'all be easy. Peace. All right.
What's Robert doing, man?
All right, cool. So now, let me make sure all this is down. All right, so talk about some of the places since doing smart hip hop. You know what I mean? Smart hip hop entertainment?
Smart Music Entertainment.
Smart Music Entertainment. All right. Talk about starting that up and what has come from doing that, from creating your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know, I recorded those educational hip hop songs. And then after that, you know, and that was around 2010. And like I said, we came out in 2012, but it was a process of putting the business together, you know, doing all of the paperwork, getting the artists, you know, it was really just forming a company, you know, getting everything that you need to do in order to have an official company and put it out there. And it was, you know, just putting together a game plan, seeing where we wanted to go, where did we want to push the music, how could we get it out there, you know, what's our 5-year goal, you know, I did all that. You know what I'm saying? And put
real research, like you put in the work beforehand. That's dope.
Yeah. Shout out to Kay Madeline, you know what I mean, who's my business partner and who's phenomenal at what she does.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It was really just a matter of getting all of the right pieces, whether it was the artists, the producers, you know, the writers, as far as the graphic artists who did the cover. You know, it was really just putting all of the pieces together and doing the Voltron thing.
Nice. So how many artists are there now?
Well, like I said, I work with other artists, but Smart Music Entertainment is just myself. You know, I do have artists that are affiliated and they'll probably come out with music on this label, but I want, you know, I like working with people as opposed to signing them to me and then having them, you know, I like working with people and assisting them and, you know, letting them use some of the connections that I have.
Nice.
But,
yeah,
you know, shout out to my man, Young Nice.
You gotta lay that foundation. You know what I'm saying? Before you can build anything else, you know, you gotta lay that foundation and get it all
right.
You know
it's a lot easier when you're just doing it and you're your own guinea pig. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're the only person that has to show up on time. You know what I mean? Because I've done the group thing and
And then a big fight in fourth grade.
To get a lot of people on the same page.
Yeah, no, I know how that is. Yeah. So talk about some of the things, like, okay, like a question I like to ask everybody is, did you ever have where you kind of step back and like, damn, hip hop got me here? Like, were you ever, I don't know, doing something you're like, huh, like you kind of, hip hop got me here?
You know, I appreciate the shows that I do. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm, so, a couple of days ago, we was in South Carolina. I did the Jubilee Festival. And when I'm on stage and I'm rocking in front of people and it's thousands of people, I sometimes say to myself, I'm glad I still stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'm still doing it. And I'm glad that I'm a grown man who can still rap the way that I want to. And, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But I got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? And we have a lot more milestones to accomplish. So I'm not comfortable, and I don't want to sit back like, yo, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, we still on the grind. We still want to build the type of foundation where we'll still be able to get this type of music out to the community and the kids that we need to listen to it. But I am thankful for performing in front of thousands of people, and especially being on the grind for so long and performing in empty clubs and having to pay to perform sometimes, you know what I mean? $25 for you to rock out and stuff like that. So to get to the point where I do get paid for my shows and I am performing in front of thousands of people, and I'm, even though I'm kind of under the radar, but I'm still doing things in front of a lot of people, I appreciate that.
And a lot of times that's probably the best. Like when you're operating without the eyes who probably wouldn't care or try to tear you down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you kind of want to be under the radar. You don't want to be on this. Because, I mean, like Kendrick Lamar is out there. And I'm sure there's people gunning for Kendrick Lamar right now. You know what I'm saying? Probably looking for some sort of turd or doing something.
He's not in a bad spot, though. You know what I mean? That once you get to Kendrick Lamar's level, that's one of them good problems.
But, yeah. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, like you can withstand a lot of those pressures because it has broken down a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that I would have stopped a long time ago, if I felt I didn't have the strength to move on. And, like I said, I'm in my 30s. I'm a grown man. I've been rhyming for a long time. So to still have the perseverance, and the creativity to still be here and come out, I'm ready for anything, man. I went through a lot. So, I'm ready for anything. And but I don't think that I'm in the lane that's going to cause, a particular type of energy to be drawn my way. This is edgy. Even though I've had some crazy questions asked, I think that we're in a good spot, and all we really got to do is just keep pushing this out because people really like the music.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, it's amazing with we're in a studio like underground in Florida, which is weird in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because you dig 2 feet deep anywhere else, you hit water in Florida. And so we're in a basement right now. You know what I'm saying? And you saw all the CDs and stuff. And like the range of the station is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we cover Orlando pretty well. But the show we broadcast through the internet. So we have like somebody from Ohio tuned in right now. We got Alaska tuned in. During the we record the shows, we put them on podcasts. We get the UK, like Japan, Germany, Canada, all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So people dig the stuff we play. And it's nowhere near the type of stuff that's played, commercially. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it's just about reaching the people who want to be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like you want to say something.
Nope. No.
And so, so that's just my thing. So now, what's up? What's new for Lock and Smart Music Entertainment? Oh, by the way, smart-hiphop.com.
Yes. Hyphen. I normally say smart-hiphop.com, but hyphen is cool with me. Right now we just put the single out, came out July 4th. We're really just pushing it. When you have an independent company, there's a lot that you got to do in order to really push the song. It takes a while. So right now we're doing what we need to do in order to push this song so that we can become more familiar with the kids. And when I go into these high schools and stuff, they're not just feeling like they're about to get another lecture. You know what I mean? Because I'm the educational hip hop guy. So we really want to just, you know, push out the song, have people be a little bit more familiar with us, and have the kids get a lot more comfortable with what they're about to get into. So we got a lot of work. We got a lot of shows and things of that nature just coming up. And we're going to drop lesson 2 in February.
Oh, nice. Okay. Now, because Black History Month, is that by design or?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Everything's by design.
Nice. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to plan for everything. Because I don't know. To me, like one of the most successful independent labels out right now is Rhymesters. You know what I'm saying? And for them to come out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, you know what I'm saying, and be able to do what they can do, like they like you just said, like they grind, like they put in work, like they on the road all the time. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be.
Like we went to Minneapolis and for like a week and just to talk to some of the local hip hop heads there. You know what I'm saying? And we got up with Kevin Beecham, who's like he kind of handles the store that they have there, Fifth Element, the Rhymesters store.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And before he got on with them, he had a radio show in Chicago, and he would say how Atmosphere, just to be able to rhyme on his show for like 10 minutes, they would drive like 4 hours to Chicago, rhyme for like 10 minutes, and then drive back the same night, just for that.
Man, I just drove 11 hours to South Carolina to do a 45-minute set and then turn right back around, drove back to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how it goes, man. It's that's the stuff that you got to do in order to push your company and to push your brand.
Exactly.
You know, those are just the type of things that you have to do in order to make it happen when you have your own business and when you have your own company that you're working with and trying to stabilize.
Yep. All right. So I mean, a lot of people don't know about that. So that's why I like to have artists who are doing it on the show. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So I think that's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? So anything else that you wanted to that we didn't cover or?
Nah, well, I was just gonna tell people where to find me on Instagram and stuff like that. If that's okay.
Cool. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, please. Me, I'm the type of person I'm like the website. Go to the website because all the information is on the website. You know what I'm saying? Like when I promote stuff, I'm always like, it'sourshow.net. Oh, you want to know my Twitter? It'sourshow.net has that on there. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to keep, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go ahead do with all the other stuff.
Yeah, just so people know. I mean, you know, we're on Twitter at Smart Hip Hop. We are on Instagram at Smart Hip Hop. The website is smart-hiphop.com, and we are on Facebook at Smart Music Entertainment. You know, so if you want to hear the music, find out where we're going and where we're going to be at, or different stuff as far as what we can offer you if you're a teacher or something like that, then check the website out. That's smart-hiphop.com.
Nice. And I'm going to have it linked in the show notes and everything so people will be able to check it out. You know what I'm saying? So, of course. And, yeah, I think that's everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to appreciate you. Like, and anything new comes up, just feel free, you know what I'm saying, hit me up and get you back on the show, you know what I'm saying, for an update, and especially around February when the joint comes.
You know, we're going to release another single. Matter of fact, Laugh at My Pain is the next single that we're going to be releasing.
Oh, I have that. Okay, because I think that was like the track I was going to get into. Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's going to be the next single that we release. And, you know, after that, we're going to get ready to drop the album.
Nice, because that track is kind of special because isn't it about like bullying? Like it's
an anti-bullying song.
Nice. So give me one random fact about, you know, Laugh at My Pain, featuring Lady LeRae. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Lady LeRae. Okay.
Nice.
Random fact: Lady LeRae is my little sister.
Oh, nice.
And her name is LeRae because my father's name is Larry.
Oh, okay. Nice. So they just kind of replace the R with an A.
Yes.
Nice.
So, you know.
All right, cool.
Random fact. But she's nice. You know, she got the pipes.
Yeah, she did her thing. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Life and Knowledge, Locke, smart-hiphop.com. I want to thank you for coming on our show. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we recorded the video, so that's gonna be up later. We're recording the audio, that's gonna be up later. So people will be able to check it out however, wherever, whenever they want. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about getting that out. So all right. Again, thank you, fam. So, Lock,
I appreciate it, bro.
anytime. You know what I'm saying? smart-hiphop.com. We're going to
Yes,
get into
sir.
this joint. This is Feel My Pain by our guest Lock and his little sister, Lady Larae. Laugh at My Pain, the anti-bullying song. You know what I'm saying? So, word up. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. So, thank you again, fam. And we're going to get into it and play this joint. All right. Appreciate the time you're taking out.
Thank you, fam. Y'all be
All
good over there, man.
Be easy.
Peace.
Peace. Let me stop the recording so it goes on YouTube.